Imagine this. You wake up in the morning. An ordinary day. You make coffee. You check your phone. Everything seems normal. But by evening, you will be dead. Not from old age. Not peacefully in your sleep. Today, we will explore the most horrifying, painful, and bizarre deaths ever recorded in human history. Some lasted minutes, others lasted days, or even weeks. We will learn where these deaths happened, when they were used, how long victims suffered, and why historians still talk about them centuries later. Before we begin, write in the comments, which death do you think would be the worst? Let's find out. Top 10 most painful deaths in history. 10. Crucifixion, death by suffocation. Location, ancient Rome, Judea, Mediterranean region. Period, approximately 600 BC to 337 AD. Victims, tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands. Most people think crucifixion was painful because of the nails, but the nails were only the beginning. The victim was forced to support their body weight for every breath. As exhaustion increased, breathing became more difficult, muscles cramped, shoulders dislocated, dehydration became severe. Eventually, the victim could no longer push themselves up to breathe. Death usually came from suffocation, shock, dehydration, or heart failure. Estimated time until death, from several hours to 3 to 4 days. Imagine slowly losing the ability to breathe while remaining fully conscious. And this was one of the most common execution methods in the Roman world. 9. Burning alive. Location: Europe, Asia, Middle East. Period. Ancient times to 18th century. Victims: tens of thousands. Fire is one of humanity's oldest fears. When a person burns alive, the skin begins to blister and peel away. Nerves are damaged. The heat penetrates deeper and deeper into muscles and organs. Many victims remained conscious longer than people expect. If smoke inhalation did not kill them first, the agony could continue for several minutes. Estimated time until death: 2 to 20 minutes. During medieval witch trials and religious persecutions, burning at the stake became one of history's most feared punishments. 8. Boiling alive. Location: England, China, Japan. Period, mainly 15th to 16th centuries. Months. Victims: hundreds or thousands. Imagine being lowered into boiling water, or worse, into boiling oil. In some executions, the liquid was heated gradually while the victim was already inside. The skin separated from the body. Internal organs began to fail. Historical accounts describe unimaginable suffering. Estimated time until death: several minutes to more than 1 hour. The slower the heating process, the longer the torture lasted. 7. Impalement. Location: Eastern Europe, Ottoman Empire. Period: 14th to 17th centuries. Victims: thousands. This execution became infamous because of Vlad the Impaler. A sharpened stake was carefully inserted through the body while avoiding major organs. Why? Because an immediate death was not the goal. The goal was prolonged suffering. Victims sometimes remained alive while hanging on the stake for days. Estimated time until death: several hours to 3 days. Entire fields filled with impaled bodies were reportedly used to terrify enemy armies. 6. Flaying alive. Location: Assyria, Persia, China, Europe. Period: 900 BC to 1600s. Victims: unknown. Human skin contains millions of nerve endings. Now imagine losing it piece by piece. The victim remained conscious while layers of skin were removed. Pain became unbearable almost immediately. Death usually came from blood loss, shock, or infection. Estimated time until death: several hours to several days. Many ancient rulers used flaying to frighten enemies and discourage rebellion. 5. Lynching, death by 1,000 cuts. Location: China. Period: approximately 900 AD to 1905. Victims, thousands. Lynching was designed not simply to kill, it was designed to humiliate and terrorize. The executioner slowly removed portions of flesh through dozens or even hundreds of cuts. Sometimes the process lasted for hours. Crowds often gathered to watch. Estimated time until death, several minutes to several hours. In 1905, the practice was officially abolished. 4. The Brazen Bull. Location: Ancient Greece, Sicily. Period: around the 6th century BC. Victims: unknown. Imagine a giant bronze bull. You are locked inside. Then a fire is lit beneath it. The metal begins to glow. The temperature rises higher and higher. According to ancient stories, tubes inside the statue transform the victim's screams into sounds resembling the roar of a bull. Estimated time until death, 10 to 30 minutes. Many historians debate whether the device truly existed. But if it did, it was one of the most horrifying execution methods ever conceived. 3. Scaphism. Location: Ancient Persia. Period: around the 5th century BC. Victims: unknown. Many historians call this the cruelest execution method ever recorded. The victim was trapped between two small boats. Milk and honey were forced into their body. More honey was spread across their skin. Then they were left under the sun. Insects arrived first, then disease, then infection. Eventually, the body began to rot while the victim was still alive. Estimated time until death: several days to several weeks. Ancient accounts describe suffering that lasted longer than almost any other known execution. 2. Fatal radiation exposure. Location: worldwide. Period: 20th to 21st centuries. Victims: thousands exposed to dangerous radiation levels. Unlike most deaths on this list, radiation does not attack from outside. It attacks from within. Cells stop reproducing. Skin begins to break down. Hair falls out. Internal organs gradually fail. One of the most famous examples occurred after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in 1986. Estimated time until death: several days to several months. Many doctors who witnessed severe radiation sickness described it as one of the most devastating conditions imaginable. What is the most painful death? Surprisingly, science has no definitive answer. Pain cannot be measured equally between different people. However, experts frequently place the following among the worst deaths ever experienced: scaphism, flaying alive, boiling alive, severe radiation sickness, massive burns covering most of the body. All of them involve prolonged suffering, extreme pain, and slow deterioration. The strangest deaths in history. Now let's move to deaths so bizarre they sound fictional. Death by beard. Several historical reports describe people tripping over extremely long beards or accidentally setting them on fire. Death by laughter. Yes, people have literally laughed themselves to death due to heart complications or breathing failure. Death by selfie. Since the rise of smartphones, hundreds of people worldwide have died while attempting dangerous photographs near cliffs, trains, and tall buildings. Death by falling cow. As unbelievable as it sounds, there are documented cases of people being killed by falling cattle. Death by exploding toilet. Yes, history contains several bizarre accidents involving explosions caused by methane gas accumulation. Reality can be stranger than fiction. Human history is filled with great inventions, discoveries, and achievements. But it is also filled with unimaginable suffering. Some of these deaths were punishments, others were accidents, and some remain reminders of how fragile life truly is. Fortunately, most of the horrors you've heard today belong to the past, but they continue to fascinate us because they reveal something timeless. Human beings have always feared one thing more than death itself: the way death arrives. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on notifications. And now tell us in the comments, which death was the most terrifying for you? See you in the next video.